If you have nothing to hide, then why do you need privacy? This is the argument made by proponents of NSA surveillance, but a group of unidentified activists from New York City are turning that mantra on its head. Invading gyms, cafes, and lounges, they're secretly installing recording devices in public places and then uploading the private conversations to their website, appropriately named wearealwayslistening.com. Founder of the project, who I'll refer to as Agent 1, joins me now via phone. Agent 1, the debate over balancing privacy with security is ongoing and highly controversial, and I imagine that this project is perceived no differently, so what's been the overall reaction so far?
Well, thank you for asking. I just want to say real quickly that I am one of the founders. There's a co-founding agent of the project who couldn't be with us today because he's in Europe right now, and hopefully he's working with our newly minted agents that we have in Berlin. So we've actually already expanded outside the country. But to answer your question, what has the reaction been? The reaction that we've seen online has been generally very positive. People seem to really enjoy the fact that we are assisting the NSA in their action to keep the homeland and the world safe from terrorism.
What I love, Agent 1, is that you're transforming these victims' negative reactions into a positive call to action, which is to urge representatives to not revive the Patriot Act when it expires on the 1st of next month. Despite this, what are the foreseeable legal repercussions of carrying out this project?
Before I answer the question about the legal repercussions, you said that we are urging people to contact their representatives if they don't like the type of surveillance. I wouldn't quite say we're urging them to. We allow people to do that through the website because we believe that's one of the freedoms that we're helping to protect, is the freedom to speak up to power and to protest. So if this type of data collection and this type of surveillance does bother you, we do give people an opportunity to send their word and their voices up to their local representatives. As far as the legal repercussions, we've been approached by no one from any kind of type of law enforcement, and we imagine that since we are simply, aiding the NSA in their abilities, that we will be applauded, not arrested.
And my follow-up question, why is the underlying message of We Are Always Listening more important to you, Agent 1, than potentially being criminally prosecuted?
I mean, if you don't protect what this nation was founded upon, then what nation are you living in? And are you living in a nation at all? Or are you just living in what are you living in? So this is why we do this. We are working with the NSA, albeit in a freelance, pro bono, unofficial way. I mean, the NSA has many, many third-party contractors. We consider ourselves to be one of them, although there hasn't been any kind of formal arrangement made. We're kind of doing this pro bono right now. We're a very small, organization. We hope one day we'll be adopted by the NSA and become an official arm of their organization. But until then, you're asking whether the mission is more important than our personal safety or whether we fear being arrested. That doesn't even come into our minds. We're simply helping to do what the nation has said is fine to do. If the nation speaks up and says that this type of data collection is unwarranted and unacceptable, then the laws in this country will change, and then we will fall in line.
You alluded to it earlier, Agent 1, but what's the next phase of your project? I understand you plan to expand domestic operations in addition to infiltrating other countries with your state-of-the-art data mining technologies.
Well, it's very kind of you to call it state-of-the-art. We're on a shoestring budget, so we are using voice recorders. We would love to use a more digital, we're using analog voice recorders. We would love to move digitally, and we'd love to move to, the latest technology, have mosquito drones that have microphones on them. We would love to have that. We don't really have that kind of budget quite yet, but we have goals to expand. We would love to be under every coffee table, in every restaurant, in every city, in every state of the nation. Right now, we're just kind of operating in the New York City area, although we have already expanded and brought on an agent who's in Berlin, and he hasn't sent any recordings to us yet, but we hope to have them soon. And we've had lots of people reach out to us through the website asking to be volunteers in their own communities, in their own states, way beyond New York. So far, we haven't been able to start the rigorous vetting process that would take to bring a new agent on. So we haven't put those agents on the ground quite yet.
Lastly, Agent 1, I have to ask you, have you found or stopped any terrorists yet?
I'm so glad you asked that, because that's the point of this entire project, is to conversations that we've overheard and all the surveillance that we've done, I'm really proud to say that just like the NSA, we have foiled no terrorism. From what we've been exposed to through the NSA's own admission, they have not foiled any terror plots with this type of surveillance of everyday Americans' telephone records and comings and goings through web browsing and emails. So we seem to have the same track record that the NSA does, which is we've picked up no terrorism, so the no terrorism that we've had to stop. But we are still mindful that we must remain vigilant, and we continue to scour the coffee shops and hummus palaces of the New York and surrounding areas. And the minute we do find any types of suspicious or illegal activity, we will be able to act appropriately.
Thanks for joining me on Teen Take Agent 1. Your idea is brilliant.
Thank you very much, and